Good morning. How are you?
I'm great, ma'am. You tell me, how are you?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you so much for asking. It is great meeting you.
Same here, ma'am. Same here. Well, ma'am, as we are meeting for the very first time, would you mind introducing yourself?
Absolutely, I would definitely love to introduce myself. So you know my name already. My name is Mopriya, and I was born and raised in Kolkata. I have been staying in Pune for the last 10 years, and I have worked all throughout my career in the corporate sector, wherein I started with a lot of client facing and client interactive roles where I deal with people on a day-to-day basis, and that is where I found my calling in training and mentoring. So slowly and gradually I moved into training, and for the last 5 years I have been a full-time trainer. I'm certified from Indian Leadership Academy in soft skills and communication training, and I'm also a corporate trainer. And currently, I'm undergoing another certification for English as foreign language, which is called the TEFL certification. Uh, Best thing about training, or why I love to train people, is because it's very rewarding in terms of when you see your trainees succeed. So, I love this concept of meeting new people and individuals and helping them through their communication and, spoken English journey. And in my free time, I love traveling. I love to cook, and I spend a lot of time with my friends and family. So that's a little bit about me. And if you have any further questions, I would love to answer them.
That's wonderful, ma'am. Wonderful intro. Like from beginning to now, you explained each and everything. That's incredible, ma'am.
Thank you
Well,
so much.
ma'am, uh, and you are quite experienced person, right, ma'am? For the past 5 years, you have been into this field. Like you have been training people. Wow, that's wonderful, ma'am.
Mhm.
You're quite experienced person. Well, ma'am, I have a couple of questions for the learners, the
Mhm.
one who would be watching us. Yeah. So,
Sure.
ma'am,
Yeah.
how can we improve vocabulary? Like, yeah, they
Mhm.
often ask. I remember I noted down vocabulary, but when it comes to using them in conversation, I'm not able to recall it. So,
Right.
how can I enhance my vocabulary? Yeah.
Okay. Again, when it comes to vocabulary, there are a few things that I would, point down for you so that it is easier for you and also the other learners to focus on. Okay. Now, having a strong vocabulary is very important in English because the number of vocabulary is nothing but your word bank. How many words in English do you know? Okay. Now, as many words as you would know, it will be easier for you to speak. As simple as that. But
Yeah.
where it becomes complicated is when people think that for my vocabulary to be great, it has to be filled with complicated words, which is
Yeah.
not the
True.
factor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is not.
So, whenever we are talking about spoken English or being able to speak to people in a regular day to day conversation or write emails or things like that, imagine from this perspective. You know a lot of a lot of complicated ornamental words, right? And you want to use them in your sentences, you want to use them in the emails that you write. But you don't think from this perspective that the other person should also be able to understand me, right?
Yeah.
You don't want somebody to read your email and then have a dictionary on the other tab. They will not even bother reading your email if you are using complicated words. So, in simple
Exactly.
words, working on your vocabulary does not mean that you need to know flowery, ornamental, difficult words. Okay?
Simple word is easy, right, ma'am?
Simple, easy, and variations of certain words. So, synonyms, which are words with similar meanings, so that you can bring in variations in your speech. That should be your goal. Now, how do you get started with it is a great question. That is again, when I say when you are learning a language, you need to surround yourself with that language. This is what I mean by surrounding yourself. You listen to English content as much as possible, and it does not matter what you are listening. If you are somebody who likes to gain knowledge, you can listen to podcasts. If you are somebody who likes to entertain themselves, you can watch movies, you can watch web series, you can watch episodes, anything that's in English. Okay. If you are somebody who like to listen to people, then again, podcasts or TED Talks, they are great. Now, when you are watching these things, look out for the number of ways in which somebody is expressing themselves. What are the different variations that they are using, right? For example, if I say that next weekend I want to go for a movie, right? So, what are the different ways in which I can say this? I need to think about it. Why should I always say that next weekend I want to go for a movie? I can also say that, hey, let's go for a movie over next weekend. Or I can also say that, how about we make a movie plan for next weekend? Right? So try and work with variations. How are you able to use your words differently and in more interesting manner? That is something that should be your goal, and that is something that you should try. Now, whenever you are learning a new word, if you see that it's a very difficult word, chances are you will know the meaning, but later on you will forget. Okay. So, whenever you are getting to know a new word, which you feel is a little standard or an advanced kind of a word, right? So, try and use that in your sentences at least through that day, or at least try and use it in your own mind. That okay, I have learned this word today, let me try and see how many sentences can I make with this. So sit with yourself and do. Not necessarily you will always have some company or somebody to work along with you on that word, right? So make sentences in your mind. Try and do that. So that will give you a little practice that okay, this is the way I can use it in my sentence. Now you have so much of support of AI apps, right? So
I
do that practice with an AI app for some time. That okay, I have learned this word. This is how I wish to use it in a sentence. Am I right or is it correct? Right? So these are the few ways you can build up on your vocabulary.
That's wonderful, ma'am. We don't have to, always chase the complicated word. What happens? I have seen some learners. They are quite fascinated towards word, and they try to incorporate them in their conversation.
Right.
And sometimes they're not able to understand it all. So it's like no meaning. It doesn't say that what are we doing. Even if other person is not able to understand it, right? That's wonderful, ma'am. And
Absolutely.
yes, like when it comes to chat GPT and all, even we can search, we can just write it down, and then we can even ask that how can I use this word in in different situation,
Yes.
and that's how, yeah, we can develop. We will be
Mhm.
able to understand. All
Correct.
right. Thank you so much, ma'am. The way you answered my all question calmly and point wise, like one by one, you answered. Really, ma'am, I'm just thankful to you. Thank you.
Thank
You made my day today.
Thank you so much. I'm glad that, hopefully, even if one person, is helped with the information that I shared, it would make my day as well.
Definitely, it will help, ma'am. And when I upload, I'll share with all my friends because they always ask me. Now I'll tell them go and watch my video. I had a conversation with amazing ma'am. So yeah, you can watch my videos now.
Of course, I will do that. Thank you so much.
Well, ma'am, we can now end up the session.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Sufi, and I would definitely look forward to seeing you in the future.
Sure, ma'am. Yeah. Thank you so much,
All
ma'am.
right. Thank you for
I
having me
will
over. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
see you, ma'am. Bye bye.